Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Yeast 1, I guess is what we're gonna call this. So yeah, this is the very first in the Yeast series, the very long line of games. It's kind of like a remake, because the original game is very old, and I don't actually know when this remake was released or whatever. I know it came out on Steam in like 2012, 2013, sometime around there, but and as you also may remember, about this time last year, I played through Yeast Origin, which is a prequel to this series, so to speak, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I'm kind of glad to be revisiting this series. I mentioned that I was going to do it, and it's been about a year, so that's, a pretty good time. So I think we'll just go ahead and kind of jump right in. Because I think there's actually, this is like a compilation of two different remakes of the first Yeast game. Because the first Yeast game came out like in 89 or early 90s. It's pretty old. I don't actually know. The year 89 seems to pop into my head. We're going to play on the highest difficulty because, I'm a masochist. And otherwise... Oh god, that's so loud. Dude, I've turned the fucking music down so much. I'm gonna temporarily go into OBS, and hopefully that's not quite so loud. But, we have to get our anime opening because it's a JRPG. It's a little pixely just because, the low resolution and everything, but I like the low base resolution. I don't know if those. God, I can't. It's so loud. It shouldn't be that loud on OBS, but I think maybe what happens is that the audio of the movie is set, and it doesn't respect the fact that I've set the background music down so low. Holy shit, this is so loud. Okay, I'm just gonna have to turn down my speakers a ton, because I've got it really cranked down. But I don't know if I mentioned this, but this LP is going to be fairly short. This game is not that long. It's not going to be like Yeast Origin, which is like fucking 45 parts and lasted 1,000 years. I expect it to be about 10 to 12 parts. The game's about... Playing on Nightmare, it'll probably take about 10 hours. I have played the game fairly recently. I played it back in June, after I finished the Yeast Origin LP. I went through and played it, just because I knew I wanted to, and I kind of wanted to refresh myself on the game. And I've never actually beaten it on the highest difficulty. I wanted to make sure it was something I could do, because the game has some hard parts. There's 3 bosses in this game that are very, very annoying to fight. And you got some anime stuff going on right there. Not too much of it really makes sense, as if if you were going in fresh per se. This part's important because this is Adol, who's the main character. You can see he's on a boat, and you kind of get a glimpse there of that he's from another land. He's from a foreign land, and he is set out on an adventure or something. I don't know. There's not that much story in this game. When you consider its age, the story that it does have is pretty decent. I've never actually played the original version, so I don't know how much is actually added in the remakes, so to speak. But there's a lot of familiar locations from Yeast Origin, because Yeast Origin is a direct prequel to particularly the first 2 Yeast games. I really haven't even played. I've only played the first 3 in Origin, so I haven't played that much of the series. Even though it is something that, I wouldn't mind playing beyond that. I'm going to be doing blind LPs of some of the later ones, because pretty much most of them are on Steam at this point now. I think there's just a couple that aren't. So they would all be pretty easy to do LPs of at this point. So okay, I'm gonna see if I can tweak the audio again. Hopefully it's not super quiet now after that loud ass introduction. So this is what the game looks like. Basically, if you can kind of tell what happened, is Adol, he's from a foreign land, he set sail, and then he crash landed in, Yeast. And oh yeah, the controls are a little weird because you actually hit, on a PlayStation controller, you hit circle to move forward instead of X. Adol checked himself over. There was some pain, but nothing debilitating. Get some rest. You're in a clinic at Barbados Port. Dude, that dude opened the door and it just got like super fucking bright in there. Hey Dad, is the stranger awake yet? Ah, Slaff, you're here early. How did the meeting go? Same as always, no real progress. Well, the patient's only just awoken. Glad to see you back among the living. Ah, yes, where are my manners? My name is Buldo, and I... Bludo? Buldo? I don't know how you pronounce that. I own and operate this clinic. This is my son, Slaff. We are not very good at coming up with names. He found you collapsed on the beach and brought you here. We drove off the rebel that attacked you. It was a real close call. Adol told Slaff his name and expressed his gratitude. Yeah, Adol, or Doll. I think it's a doll. I don't actually know how you pronounce it. I've never actually heard it pronounced because he doesn't talk. And there's no voice acting in this game because, it's old. Good name. Don't recognize you though. Where are you from? Explained that he had journeyed from Promalok to Asteria by boat. Or I guess Asteria is, because Ys is, is the floating continent in the sky. I'm not necessarily going to, assume that there's any knowledge of Ys origin, but, I'm not going to, spoil anything for that. Or, spoil any, I'm going to try and have the assumption that, anyone watching this hasn't played the series or the game or anything. Just, basic stuff, there's a, there's a thing in the sky called Ys. I'll chew you up, Slav, if you keep making comments like that. The man's wounded, Shouldn't you leave him be? He needs his rest. Yeah, look at our HP. It's only 7. 7, gosh, that's so low. That's my Isla, always keeping us in check. You make a good point, my dear. Yeah, okay, I'll stop talking his ear off. Yes, please, leave me alone. Rest up, Adol, but know this, I'm not done with you yet. What the fuck does that mean? Under the clinic's care, Adol recovered quickly. Several days later, this is us. We're Adol. We got our fucking sweet armor on. Good morning, Adol. You seem to be in tip-top shape now. Still, you should probably take it easy for a bit, just in case. Well, I suppose a walk around town could do you some good. Just don't overexert yourself. For a boy your age to have slept so sound, you must have quite a story to tell. Adol, the portside warehouse become home base for the town's militia. Slav should be there. He can answer any questions you might have. Just be careful not to do too much too soon. Listen, Adol, there are monsters outside town too. Don't push your luck. Oh yeah, things will easily one-shot us. Especially until I get accustomed to this game's very wonky battle system. Well now, who might you be? I see, so you're the young man that Dr. Buldo's been looking after. You must have been through a lot. But you're looking very well. That's Buldo for you. Bludo. Boldo. I don't know. I'm just going to pronounce it however it pops into my head. So one of the things that's kind of interesting about this game is basically every NPC actually has unique dialogue. And some of it actually updates in as the story progresses. It's kind of neat when you consider how old the game is. Now that may be something that's added in the remake version. I don't know. But this should be the warehouse. I vaguely remember what we're supposed to do. I mean, it hasn't even been a year since I played this game last, but, I've got very bad memory, so. And it was the second time I played the game, so. Wife, it isn't a doll. You seem to be moving around every time I stop by. You were sound asleep. You must have been exhausted. No, we were just pretending to be asleep because you're annoying, my dude. So heard any murmurings overseas about Asteria? I'd love to know what people are saying about us. Adol told Slav that Asteria is a town of fucking Hicks, or land of Hicks, and no one likes them. Cursed, huh? That's not really true, but it's also not too far off. Guess we can't count on any support from the outside. If they say we're cursed over here, we gotta take action. Anyway, I don't know a whole lot, but I'm glad to answer any questions I can. Ask away. Barbado. It's the only port town. How in the hell do you only have one port town? How the fuck is that even possible? It used to just be a small fishing village until silver was discovered nearby, and then it boomed overnight. We got like 12 people here. But since that storm wall showed up, no ships can get in or out. Our exporting days are over. So now it's just a fishing village again for the time being anyway. At least everybody got some money from all the silver trade while it lasted, I guess. Asteria is a small island country. There's only a few towns here: Barbados, the walled city of Minia, and Zeppic village in the mountains. Not long ago there was also a town called Rastif, but it got wiped out by monsters after the mine closed. The place where I found you is called Whitehorn Beach. Mother of pearl pieces wash ashore there. Great place for a stroll, save money. Also, poor Slav has increasingly gotten southern as I read this dialogue. What else? Oh yeah, Darm Tower. Asteria's claim to fame, sort of. It just seems to kiss the clouds, doesn't it? On clear days, you can see her from all the way from Promalock. Promalock, is that where we're from? I don't know any of the fucking continents. There are other touristy spots that they've been infested with monsters ever since the storm wall showed up. Damn thing really made life difficult for us with the storm wall. It appeared, let's say, about 6 months or so. The first storm started on a night when some trade ships carrying silver set off from Barbados. Buffeted by the storm, the ship were obliterated and washed ashore on Whitehorn Beach the next day. First thought it was an isolated incident, but the same face happened by every other ship since. That's how the storm wall got a start. Now we Asterians are pretty much trapped here. Most people just kind of resign themselves to the fate, but me, I'm too stubborn for that. And last but not least, the militia. Don't worry, there's not that much dialogue in the rest of the game. This is pretty much be about as much talking as most videos get is going to be this very first one. When the storm wall appeared, monsters came with it. That's what attacked you the day on the beach. Let's call that particular species Ray Bowl. Monsters first appeared on the road up in the mountain, but they began attacking the villages soon after. Barbados in particular was hit pretty badly. Minia seemed to be as vulnerable, but they just got that wall around them, so they were much more secure. Zeppic was spared too somehow. Supposedly kept the monsters out some kind of mystical bell. We got none of the sort here though. We have to take up arms to defend the town ourselves. Alright, well, you be sure to come back. Can't remember. Is there something up here? We're not going to talk to everybody because that's going to take too long, and I mean, I do want to, not make this LP, the whole point of this is kind of be like a semi-short series. And something that I can do, because I'm really struggling to find games to play. I still haven't thought of something to replace, because I don't remember what this is replacing. I think Star Ocean, or E4, I don't know. No, this isn't replaced, this is because, Zero Escape is going to be moved to a regular week slot, and this will happen on the weekends. So I still haven't come up with anything to replace Star Ocean. Okay, so this is Ys's wonky ass combat system for the first 2 games. So you have this thing called the bump system, where you don't actually do buttons to attack. I mean, there's the thing there that explains it. You have to hit people from off center or from odd angles, and then you can do damage. Otherwise, you'll die instantly, especially on this difficulty. So how the hell do I open the menu? It's fucking R3. The controls are very wonky in this. So we'll just use number 5 as our save slot, because all the other saves I just kind of save periodically everywhere. So let's see. Will we be able? We don't even have a weapon though. We should probably get a weapon, because I don't even know if we can do damage to people. I think there's some dude who sells weapons here. Just a regular ass. Since the ships are all grounded, there's no work to be had at the harbor anymore. I've been hoping to branch out in the silver trade, but that didn't exactly work either. Bad luck all around. I didn't actually want to talk to you. If you just bump into people, you start talking to them. It's locked. There's a way you get in there, and I don't remember how. I don't think it's something you can do right off the bat, or maybe you can. Seriously, I thought there was a dude who sold something. Yeah, that's Clinic Man. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna get my ass kicked if I run out there with no weapons whatsoever. But I'm not seeing anything. Alright, let's go try and see if we can maybe not get one shot. I mean, I'm definitely, there's going to be a lot of, one thing that is nice about this game is you can, well, if I can figure out how to fucking load, you can save at any time, no matter where you are, except boss fights, but, which is why, oh my god, look how little negative damage he is taking. Oh shit. Okay, let's save. There's gonna be a lot of that, especially in these early parts before I can. We don't have a weapon. I don't know what I'm supposed to get it from. I think maybe we're supposed to go talk back. Maybe we're supposed to talk to the clinic dude again. Yeah, because that's only giving us like 2 XP. That's the other thing, is technically this game is an RPG, but it's really not. Like, there is leveling, but you actually hit max level like halfway into the game. Okay. Yeah, You're a strapping young lad and all, please don't overestimate yourself. I need to be healed. Please. It stung so badly as to bring Adol to here. Oh my god, he's a little bitch boy. So, like, seriously, what am I supposed to do? I haven't been told what to do. Oh my god. Because those enemies aren't supposed to be that strong. I don't know. Their meat is delicious. Watch out for the blue-haired demons. I don't know. I'm gonna go talk to dude again. Because maybe after you've like fought someone he'll get. Because I know you're supposed to be able to get a sword from this guy at some point. You're looking well. No? Okay. Well, I don't know. Let's go. Because we went in here. She doesn't like being poor. Well, no one does, lady. I did not mean to talk to you. All we do is fish and fish some more. Okay, so let's just run past everyone. I mean, that's also an option. Because Adol is quite swift. He has been working his legs. Yeah, because maybe we have to hit up the village to the north of here, the one with the walls. This place. I know it has a place to sell stuff, and we have 1,000 gold. Now the music seems kind of quiet. I don't know. That might just, because I mean, you know, the music in this game is actually really fucking good. I think we will. God, if I can learn how to. We'll bump it up a little bit. I mean, you can see we had it like really low. Where is Shopman? I know Shopman exists. There's like 2 fucking towns in this game. I know one of them. There we go. Weapon shop. I think, you know, I'm getting confused because I've played these 2 not too long after this game, like more recently, like in the past few months, and I think I'm getting confused and thinking of its starting area. So there we go. Buy weapons. Can we buy a longsword? 2,000 gold. Absolutely not. Short sword. There's a way you can get that for free, but I don't remember how. You buy like a small shield. 700 gold. Now you got 700 gold. Okay, how much does a chainmail cost? 400 gold. There we go. Okay, how the hell do I equip stuff? It's under equipment. There we go. See, now we have a little sword. We have a little tiny puny sword with which we can stab monsters. Oh my, it's you? You're not from Mysteria, correct? Did you come here by crossing the storm wall? Goddesses, thank you. I've waited so long for this day. You're the one whom I've been seeking. Please get your equipment in order, then return here at once. I must beg a favor of you. Oh, we need a sword, so we need a shield. How the hell am I supposed to get that much money? I'm too poor. Where's the general store? I think that's also something. Here we go. Oh my god, look at this dude. Oh ho ho, something you need? It's like, do you want anything to sell? Speak to the shopkeeper. Red hair's rare around here. You're not from around these parts, are you? I'm from the mainland myself, but I got trapped on this lousy island by the storm wall. I think I can cut you a good deal since you're a fellow foreigner. What you got? Sapphire ring. Yeah, that's like for some side quest. There's a couple little side quest type things. Not much, but I mean, there's like 3 or 4 maybe. So let's see if we can actually damage people now. We probably shouldn't fight the blue boys who are stronger than the... Okay, so that gave us 2 XP, or like 4. When you just get like a level, it'll be easier. Because for the most part, you can just kind of like juggle them like that, and then you just save afterwards. Ouch. Because due to the nature of us playing on the highest difficulty, there will be like because I mean, like you know, I wasn't exaggerating when I said you hit max level like halfway through the game. Like when you get to the main like actual content, because the max level is only 10. Like you hit the max level very early on, so it's not really an RPG. Because all the equipment you get is like gated by progress anyway. So I can't remember, how do you heal? You just heal passively in towns. That's also one of the things that's going to be annoying throughout that. That's because it's not so bad right now because we only have 20 HP, so you only have to stand there for like a few seconds to heal. But you know, in later videos, there will have to be a degree of editing that we have to do that. So what I think we'll do is I'm going to try and get to level 2, or you know, grind up enough money to get the shield, so that we can progress the main story by talking to that fortune teller chick, who I'm surprised nobody told us to talk to. I think somebody tells you to, we just didn't talk to them back at the main town. But yeah, I will see y'all in a second. Alright, so we are back. We took probably 10, 12 minutes? I don't know, I did get up and get something to drink during the time, so... but yeah, we're level 2 now, we have the money to go buy our shield. This one thing is that, you know, well, there is some grinding in this game. Not a terrible lot, because, you know, as I mentioned earlier, you hit max level like, literally by the 3rd boss. Out of, like, I think there's like 7 or 8 bosses in this game. So really before, like, the halfway point, you hit max level in this game. Especially when you're playing on Nightmare. Because you need that final 10th level to beat the 3rd boss, who's literally from hell. Oh, he's so bad. Yeah, so there, we got our shield. Another thing is that what few levels there are in this game are very impactful, because, like, we went from 20 HP to 35, almost double our HP, and our strength went up from, I think, 15 to 30. Like, we went from taking, like, 8 or 9 hits to kill the blue boys to taking them out in 3, and instead of them killing us in 3 shots, they literally do 1 damage now. How do I equip stuff? I'm never going to get used to, R3 to open the fucking menu. Swordsman, thank you for returning. Tell me, are you familiar with the Book of Ys? Not actually. I should have said no, because we're not familiar with the Book of Ys, but you know, whatever. I'm glad I asked then. I recently found out that one of the books of Ys is in the mountaintop shrine. So there's some magic books, and we need to find them. You know, it's kind of like Final Fantasy, where instead of finding magic rocks, we're finding magic books. You will? Ah, swordsman, you are truly the man I've been seeking. Thank you so very, very much. Please take this with you. It'll show you the way within the shrine. You got Sara's crystal. First, please visit Jebba in the village of Zepik. She is my aunt. She knows a great deal about the history of Ys. I am certain she will be of aid to you. Zepik village is to the northeast, just outside Minia. You'll have to pass through it on the way to the shrine. So there we go. We got our first quest. I did not mean to talk to you, Luca. My favorite one is one about the silver sword used to defeat the army of monsters a long time ago. No comment. We talked to you? Pim picked a ring off the ground the other day. Went straight to the store. Yeah, there's some dude who like wants you. It's like his wedding ring or something, but we can't afford it yet. So we'll probably do that later on. I don't really know if you get anything out of it besides like it's like the dude thanks you. I think you get some XP out of it, but granted, you know, because it's only 1,000 gold, which isn't a ton. I mean, it's a lot to us right now. I mean, it takes like, you know, 10 to 15 minutes to probably get a thing. Granted, we could do it grinded a lot faster now that we like. I mean, look at these blue boys. They don't stand a chance. They don't stand a fucking chance against a doll. Lord of all things, damage. And now I don't know about these wolfies over here. How strong? Oh my god, they're so fast. Cause they're a little bit stronger. Wood boys don't even stand a chance. Wow, these guys give. Oh, they only give 6 XP. Why do we get so much? Maybe I think talking to that Sara chick gave us like 100 XP. Because we were at like 150 to level up when I came back from grinding. But where the hell am I supposed to go? And that is one thing about these early. It is kind of easy to get lost in these games just because everything kind of looks similar. So here's the peak. Damn, we are flying through this game. I mean, like I said, it's very short, but a lot of the game is just like not. Doesn't really, because it's old and doesn't really explain that much to you. So just knowing what you're supposed to do helps expedite things a good bit. So what time are we at? Okay, so my recording's at 38 minutes, but like that grinding probably took about, like I said, probably in the realm of about 12 minutes. We'll keep going for a little bit. We'll find the aunt. I don't remember where she's at. Back in my mining days, I once came across an old chamber filled with light, and therein I saw the most beautiful statues of 2 goddesses. It felt sacred, like I was looking on the guardian spirits of the mine. Since then, we miners have been praying every day. One day, one of the goddess statues just disappeared without a trace. We all took that to be an omen, but what does it mean? Hey, that reminds me, there's something we need to go back to and do in Mania, if I remember. It's not really like super important, but Sara's crystal. I see, so you're the swordsman Sara's been seeking all this time. You intend to find the books of Yeast, or the Book of Yeast, within the shrine, do you? I believe you'll be needing this key then. We got a shrine key. The ruins atop the mountain were once known as Solomon's Shrine. If one of the Books of Yeast is there, it will no doubt be somewhere in the shrine's lower levels. The entrance to the lower levels is well hidden, but that crystal will show you the way. Virtually anything may await you there, however. Make certain you're well prepared before you go. Okay. Can I, like, re-talk to you? Oh. Okay, I thought maybe you could talk to her about stuff, but apparently not. Back in my mind, yeah, I already talked to you, dude. I don't care. Oh my god, I can't, like, skip this dialogue quickly. Dude, is this dude falling asleep? Okay, well, I mean, fishing is pretty boring, so I don't necessarily blame him. There ain't nobody here. It's kind of weird to have 2 beds like that right next to each other. Like in the same room. It's a little... I mean, you would think if it's a married couple, you'd have like a bed. Or at the very least, take the 2 beds and put them together. Very suspicious man earlier wearing a black cape. He was an awful hurley, ran right out of town to the north. There's nothing up there but monsters and thieves. I wonder if he fell into either category. Suspicious. So we're not gonna do the shrine in this video. Oh my god! Holy shit, that just came out of nowhere. He's so fast. Okay, so he does a lot of damage and we do a decent amount to him. How much XP did he give? Oh yeah, another thing I should mention is you can heal outside of town. You don't have to walk back to town every single time. The game isn't that tedious. I think I kind of gave the impression of that earlier when I talked about standing in town to heal, but you can just heal anywhere. Even in dungeons, from what I recall correctly. You can always just passive. Okay, sometimes that happens because the combat system is a little wonky. Okay. Ah, God. They're so fast. Okay, come on. You just gotta, you kind of have to, like I said, the combat's a little wonky. Especially, it gets better once you get used to it. Which it does take a little while to get used to. Oh my gosh, so many of them. I'm trying to get to the level 3 before we end the video. It doesn't really matter, but... But, like, you know, while the game can be hard, it is very forgiving. You know, in the sense that you can save anywhere, you can heal anywhere, like... It respects your time for the most part. Granted, you know, you basically are kind of required to grind for like 10 minutes at the start of the game, but, you know, the game's old. You know, that's just a thing that happens, and games are made before a certain time. Okay, so we have reached the level of 3, and I think in the next video we will begin exploring the shrine and looking for the Book of Yeast. Man, you know, first video, we're already, like, feel like we're making pretty good progress. You got a quest, you got introduced to people, my controller has unplugged itself, oh no, and it is freaking out. Okay, let's just use, mouse controls for a second. But yeah, I guess that's, I don't even really remember what I was saying, but I'm X's87, stay tuned for the next part, and bye guys.